Welcome back. And now that we've covered some of the key strategies for improving your AI interactions, let's dive even deeper into more advanced best practices. In this video, we'll discuss the importance of providing specific instructions and using your personas effectively to achieve the best results from your AI tools. Let's begin by exploring how detailed instructions can significantly enhance your AI's performance. So that brings me to best practice number 5, which is provide specific instructions on what you want the AI to do. We just showed how giving it an instruction of search the web enabled that particular AI model to go out and search the web before it wrote the article, ensuring that it had the most latest up to date. You want to guide your AI with a clear, positive instructions for better efficiency and output. And by positive instructions, you want to tell the AI what to do. Do not write your prompts in a way that tells the AI what not to do. Always have it be positive instructions when you are giving an AI a task to do. You also want to reduce the ambiguity. This is one of I keep going back to this, but it's so important. By reducing ambiguity, by giving it context, by giving it details about you, your organization, what you're trying to do, and by being very specific on those instructions, just like you were asking one of your employees or a contractor to do a job, the more specific and the less ambiguity you give that task, the better your results are going to be. And this way, you can actually see immediately how your instructions that you give can have some ambiguity in this. And this is one of the amazing things that you'll learn as you become a better prompt writer is that by giving really clear instructions to AIs, greatly enhances your ability to also give instructions and ask for things to humans as well. And at the end of the day, this enhanced clarity is just going to direct the AI on what to do and its relevance and how applicable it's going to be to the task that you're trying to get the AI to complete. So to show this best practice, we're going to show a couple of examples that involve being very clear in the instructions that you're giving it. So the first one is a brainstorming exercise. So the prompt is, please list 5 innovative ways digital marketers can use generative AI to enhance online customer engagement, focusing specifically on social media strategies, personalization techniques, and interactive content creation. And for this exercise, I'm going to use a base model called Mixtral. Mixtral is an open source model and it has huge benefits when using it in the enterprise. But only developers generally have access to these models. So, in order to showcase this, I'm using a service called Grok. That's GROQ.com. And they're actually not a company that sells AI models. They're a company that makes AI responses fast. So you've probably seen how long some of these responses take. Now, when I put this prompt into Mixtral, you see immediate responses. Once again, this is why it's important to try the different tools and see how they respond to you and what works well in your workflow. So here it created 5 innovative ways. It did it in bullet points, and I gave it exactly what to specify. So to kind of just showcase that side by side, let's just run that again with the same one between that and GPT-4. Oh, And we're done. As you can see, Mixtral on top of Grok is extremely fast. So worth checking out. For this next example, we're going to use one to help us identify challenges that maybe your prospects, your customers, and how you can use a prompt to identify that with very clear instructions. So the prompt on this is identify and explain three current challenges facing the adoption of AI in content creation, providing practical solutions for each challenge, including tips on implementation and examples of successful integration in the industry. So here I'm going to paste this, and I'm also going to give it this instruction of search the web so that it goes out, it searches the web, and then can help me identify three of the current challenges facing AI adoption in content creation. So here it's identifying three that I think are very good to point out. So first off, bias and accuracy concerns. I've told you about how AIs can hallucinate, lie, make things up, and depending on which model you're using, be biased. So it's important to understand those limitations and how to overcome them. So that's a great concern and a challenge that I've seen bringing AI into your content creation process. Over reliance on AI. This is a big concern as well. You don't want to have an over reliance where all of your ideas are just being generated by AI. They'll become very stale, non creative, very repetitive, and just really lack overall human creativity. You can tell when a blog has just output a bunch of AI generated content that has not had humans looking over the content. It's pretty obvious to a human reader and to search engines. So, not having an over reliance on AI and putting this human in the loop is very important. And then also too, integration and workflow disruptions. Like, how do we integrate this into our current workflows with the least amount of disruption to our current workflow? And these are all challenges that I think are really great to point out. So this brings me to best practice number 6, which is give it a persona. This also helps enhance the relevance. It doesn't matter if the persona is you, how you want it to respond to you, and everything that's relevant there, or if you're talking about the persona of who you're writing for in terms of your customers and your prospects, or giving it, and by it, I mean the AI agent, a persona. As you've seen in some of our previous prompts, you are a digital marketing strategist or act as a publisher. This helps frame the conversation and gives contextual precision. So it really helps to frame the conversation for the AI so that it understands, how it should be writing, how it should be responding, and who it should be responding to. And it can really result in really engaging interactions. There's that old adage in marketing is that if you can craft your message based on how your target persona and your target audience hears that message, you're going to get far more engagement with your products than if you don't write your messaging with that persona in mind. So, here we're going to talk about both of those different ways using a couple of examples. So, the first one, we want to assume the persona of a tech savvy entrepreneur who is always looking for the latest tools to enhance their business operations. Provide a detailed guide on leveraging AI for market analysis and customer segmentation, including the latest technological trends and practical applications. Once again, I'm going to paste this into ChatGPT. Here it's given us a step-by-step guide. It says define your objectives and questions, select your data sources. It goes about data collection, data cleaning and processing, sentiment analysis, trend detection, visualization, insights and action, predict future trends, continuous improvement. And here you can see that it also gives the reasoning of why this is important. You can then take these actionable insights and incorporating it into your blogs, into your outbound messaging campaigns, your ad campaigns, all really heavily focused on these insights and how to go about getting data from your social media. And this just shows how you can, utilize AI to help you brainstorm on process things as well, like analyzing your different trends from social media and how you could go about that and use generative AI. Next one. In this, we're saying adopt the persona of an experienced digital marketing specialist who specializes in leveraging AI for creating compelling content strategies. Suggest 5 innovative content marketing strategies that can incorporate generative AI, including case studies of successful campaigns. Here, the persona enhances its relevance. By instructing the AI to assume the role of a digital marketing specialist, this prompt ensures that the responses will be highly relevant for content marketers, looking to innovate. And this persona based approach really tailors the outputs to the needs, seeking more advanced strategies. And this directive to think like a digital marketing specialist who uses AI helps refine the AI's focus. This ensures that the language that it uses, the suggestions, are all precisely what a content marketer would find useful. It directly impacts the specifics and applicability of the advice provided. And by giving the AI a professional persona, this makes its interactions more engaging for the users in the digital marketing field. It creates a sense of peer to peer communication. This makes complex AI concepts more accessible and the advice more actionable. Because as you can see here, we have here where it's gone through, it's identified the strategy. Now, here it made up some case studies. Once again, I tell it this, including case studies of successful campaigns. It doesn't know your case studies, it doesn't have that context. So, this is also a really important point to point out. I asked for it to include case studies of successful campaigns. I did that knowing that it would make things up. Here, I have no idea if Netflix uses AI to personalize recommendations. I assume they do. But this is really, really just generic case studies, just to really just once again point out that yes, I asked for this, including case studies. You would need to go in and include your own case studies or case studies that are relevant. You could also search the web before this prompt that would then include links as well. And there you have it. In this video, we explored the importance of providing specific instructions and assigning personas to enhance your AI's interactions. By being clear and detailed and framing your prompts with relevant personas, you can achieve more accurate and engaging outputs. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into advanced techniques like chain of thought prompting and breaking down complex tasks to optimize your AI's performance.